Alright guys, hey, welcome back to my channel here. I Trap That Outdoors. Thanks for stopping by, checking out this video. If you're returning subscriber to the channel, thank you for coming back and watching this video. If you're new to the channel, could you go ahead and hit that subscribe button up there. Helps me out, doesn't cost you anything, and you could watch my through my trapping season here coming up. And there's a lot of footage up on there from the last couple of years as well. So thank you guys for supporting, my channel here, watching my videos. So there's a new product out. I'm not sure if this came out last year or this is the first year, but it's Ambush Dye and Wax Combo. It is made by Brian McKee, Southern Snares and Supplies. And we're going to put this to the test this year and see how well it works. I've heard a lot of good things. I don't change a lot of things without doing a lot of research on it. And I've watched as many YouTube videos as I could find on the internet. It just, I've even talked to the owner, Brian himself, at the Pennsylvania Trappers convention, and at the National in Virginia. I talked to him as well, and I wasn't sure. I'm a traditional dye and wax guy. I like getting that pot out and dyeing traps and then waxing them and everything, but it's getting to be super time consuming, and I was looking for another product to replace dye and wax with that would save me time. And I looked at your normal dips and stuff like that. A lot of them you got to go buy camp fuel, like lantern fuel and stuff for them, and it's it's hard to find camp fuel and stuff a lot of times. And some are water based, and then you can do paints and stuff and mix with paint thinners and stuff like that. And I just think that this is just simpler. It's all in one. Everything in this jug just goes into a bucket, and you dip your traps or snares or cables, whatever you want to do, into that bucket. So hang them up and let them dry. It's basically all you have to do to them. So there's no mixing, no pre-mixing, no nothing like that into this product. You just shake this up. And Brian himself told me, he said, just stick a couple of bolts, if there are a handful of bolts down in the bottom of this, and use it. Probably can't hear them in there, but there's still bolts in here. I'm just going to leave them in here till next year. So this comes in a 32-ounce jug, and it comes in a gallon jug. And comes in black, dark brown, and they call it gangrene. So it works on traps, it works on cables, and you can dip your tools in it too as well if you want to. A lot of guys I know take their tools and dump them, put them in a dye pot and let them, dye them every year too, just to get everything off of them and protect them and stuff. So, but yeah, it dries fast, cures in 24 hours, ready to go. So we're going to get to that footage right now of dipping some traps in the Ambush Dye and Wax Combo. Alrighty, catch you guys on the flip side and give you my final thoughts on the product. And thanks for watching. We'll be right back. Alrighty guys, we're gonna do some something new here today. We're gonna do this Ambush Dye and Wax Combo. This is made by Southern Snares and Supplies. Brian McKee came up with this formula. We got it in black. We're gonna do these Duke number 2s and some Duke 550s. So we're going to do today in this, we're just going to try this out for the first time. These are the ones I stripped back, oh, what was it, a couple weeks ago now. They're all rusted up, ready to go. As you can see, they're all rusty up, and we're gonna get them mixed up. We're gonna mix this stuff up. Well, actually, it doesn't even need mixed. It just needs shook up for about 2 minutes. So I talked to Brian at the National in Virginia, and he said he recommends putting in a couple of old bolts in there to help with the stirring process. So I grabbed some bolts out of the basement there I don't need. I'm going to coat them. I'm going to put them in there to shake up and mix up the product. He said it settles to the bottom, so he said shake it for a little while and then flip it upside down and shake it. It gets everything to loose from the bottom, and it flows in. So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to shake these for about 2 minutes apiece, and we'll be back. Alright, we're back here. Got it shook up. Arms are on fire right now, so we're going to dump it into this empty bucket. 2 gallons. There's going to be leftover from when I see Mike from Pine Hollow Trapping Supplies did some videos on this. He used 3 gallon and did 100 and had roughly almost 2 gallon left over. He dumped back in. The only crazy thing is you got a 1 gallon will easily do a lot of traps, but you got to have the reservoir, so you need a couple gallon to have the reservoir to dip them into to get them completely covered. So all right, we're gonna dump this in the bucket and go from there. There's still some at the bottom. Bolts didn't come back out, so we're gonna do half of that in there, a little bit of that in there. We're gonna dump some back in these, back in the first one. And we're gonna shake some more. All right, we'll be right back with you. Alrighty, 2 gallons shook up. Got the bolts in the bottom. You can hear them rattling around still. I left them in there. I'm just gonna leave them in there from here on out. So we got 2 gallons in there, roughly almost half of a kitty litter bucket. Now I'm going to dip these. Then I'm going to hang them on a nail. I got a tarp I'm going to throw down in my carport here so that I don't have the black all over the ground walking through it. So I'm going to get that set up and get some screws in on the rafters up above to hang them on, and then we're going to start dipping. Alrighty guys. Alright, I don't know how many I can get in here at a time. Have them fully covered. We're going to start with 3. So take them right down to the anchors. I don't want the anchors filled up with it. I should have stuck wire on them. you're down. All right, so pulling 3 out. They do drip a lot, as you can see on the ground right there. I'm trying to move the bucket over to the next screw and see if I can let some of that drain back into the bucket in between traps. So that's where I'm at right now with how they look. I'll get some out here in the sun. The first ones are starting to dry already. Still dripping, but can't really tell. No sun under here, but we'll get them out in the sun and let you guys see them here in a little while. Alright. Alright guys, they are all done. I dumped it all back in the jugs, and I have roughly almost still 2 gallons left. I don't know how that works out, but they're both down about inch on each of them, each gallon. So lots, this will do lots of traps. So all right, catch you guys down the line. Alrighty guys, it's been the next day, 24 hours. I let these things cure up overnight, and using the Ambush dye and wax combo by Southern Snares and Supplies. So I'll bring these out here in some light, lay them in the grass, as you guys can see. I showed you before, they were rusted up after I boiled them. Oh, it's stuck into there, guys. I don't touch my traps with my bare hands after I dye them. Now I'll go through and I'll work these pans. Some of these may get loosened because I'm going to really target skunks this year. So, but as you can see, looks really good. I didn't do the anchor ends, but there it is, guys. Ambush dye and wax combo. It's got a nice little layer on them. Probably go through with a knife. I usually try to make sure these aren't, I don't have no drips hanging off of them. Like this guy right here has a little drip on them. Probably go through with a knife and just clip that right off the end of it, so when I get out in the field I don't have problems getting them set. So alright guys, there you go. We're going to put these in buckets, and yeah, they're all dried up and everything, so I'm going to put them in buckets and have them ready to go for the first day of the 2025-26 trapping season. Alright guys, catch you guys later. Oh, I want to add in here too, this whole process, it probably took me more time putting them in bundles with the wire than it did to actually dye them. I did roughly 3 dozen. I got 3, 6, 9, 12, 4. It's 2 dozen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 dozen. 3.5 dozen I did, and I didn't have an hour in it. That's, you know, if I was dyeing them in a pot, it would take longer to get the water up to a boil. So this was really fast. I dipped them twice and I still was less than an hour. What I did was I dipped them once, and then I hung them up. I left them set. I dumped all the product back into jugs, so I let it set for a couple hours. I had something to do. I came back and they were all dry, so I dipped them again and then hung them up and let them hang overnight, or 24 hours since I finished them yesterday. So now they're going to get sorted back out into dozens and back into buckets and ready to go for the first day. So definitely my new way to do them. I'm not going to boil logwood dye no more. This is just so much simpler. So alright guys, catch you later. Alrighty guys, so I don't know what you guys thought of that. And we did, it was about 42 traps we dyed and waxed in the ambush dye and wax combo. I feel they turned out awesome. Great. They are definitely, you can tell they are dyed and they are waxed. And I'll dig one out here and show you guys. Turned out great. Great product. Easy to work with. I think I had, that's just setting up the area that I did it. I did it under a carport. I set the carport up and got some screws in the beam up on top to hang them off of, and I put a tarp down to catch all the drips, and dumped the product shook it up, dumped it into a bucket. I dyed 42 traps. I left the house for a couple hours, let them dry, hang dry. Came back, took those 42 traps again, dipped them again, second coat, and then I left them hang there for 24 hours and fully cure. And then I took and put them in buckets, and they did have a paint smell to them at first. That paint smell has now dissipated. It's been 4 or 5 days now since I've painted them, or since I dipped them. The product looks great. I took the dogs and took just took a little blade on a knife and just clipped off any drips on the dogs themselves. So that's it. That's all I'm going to do to them. And I'll get them in the ground here in, I don't know, what, 6-7 weeks or something like that when trapping season starts. You guys can get an idea of how they hold up to some catches. So I've seen some traps at the National that were dipped in them. This stuff they were dipped in ambush, and they had a couple of catches on them, and they were still black. They still had black. You could see some scratches from teeth, but they were pretty much still black. So I know a dyed trap, the first raccoon you catch, it's stripped down to bare metal. They chew off all that dye off of them. So I may dip. I got some dog proofs. I may dip as well, and probably I'm definitely going to do some snares. I have some beaver snares I bought a couple years ago. I haven't used them yet, so I will probably dip those as well to see how they turn out. But so, all right, guys. Hey, thanks for stopping by the channel here, and I hope you guys are getting ready for trapping season as well. And it's going to be here pretty shortly. And I also got today in the mail, I got my care package from Minktoberfest. I'll be going there this year. It's October, I don't even know off the top of my head here, October 2nd through the 5th. It's just outside of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. And it's a great time. I'm going to try to film there a little bit. I know I've never really seen anybody film there. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but gonna try to film a little bit there. I'll talk to Don, see if he cares, and then, but yeah, it's a great time. I don't care if you're new to trapping or you've been trapping for 50-60 years. You know there's something to gain from Minktoberfest. It's a great time and great experience. I definitely say that just the people that I've met going to Minktoberfest is worth it, worth the price of the admission to go to it. Met a lot of great people going to Minktoberfest. So, all right, guys. Hey, thanks for stopping by the channel. I do got some other things coming up here, getting ready for trapping season. I'm going to be building some drags here real shortly, probably this coming week, next week here. So, but yeah, hey, thanks for stopping by, and catch you guys out on the line.